What is going on, everyone? This is Eric coming at you from just outside of Hartford, Connecticut, and today we're going to be discussing the Jason Babin trade, which occurred during the 2004 NFL Draft. Now, this was a swapping of 6 draft picks between a pair of division rivals in the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans, as the Houston Texans looked to get back into the first round to acquire a player who they liked. How did this trade work out? We'll start by looking at the Houston Texans. The first pick that they got was the 27th overall, which they would use to select defensive end Jason Babin. Now, Babin had a solid first year in Houston, as he would record a career-high 63 tackles, along with a pair of fumble recoveries and 4 sacks. Now, by his second year, it was clear that Babin was a pass rusher, and nothing more. He struggled to get involved in stopping the run, and he just struggled to make some tackles periodically. Now, this resulted in him serving as more of a bench player, who would only be called on during obvious passing situations. Now, in 2005, he would record 37 tackles and 4 sacks. In 2006, he had 5 sacks with 26 tackles. Now, he would be traded shortly before the 2007 season began, as the Texans decided, you know what, we want more than this just pass rusher guy. So he was traded to the Seattle Seahawks in exchange for safety Michael Boulware. Now, Boulware would spend 1 season as a backup, recording 11 tackles on a pair of passes defended before he was allowed to walk as a free agent. Not the most impressive trade there. Now, Houston also got the 159th pick in the 2004 draft, and this would be traded to yet another division rival in the Jacksonville Jaguars in exchange for a pair of picks, the first of which was the 175th. This was used to select running back Jamal Lord. Now, Lord would appear in a single game over 2 years, but he did not record any stats before he was waived. Houston also got the 210th pick. This was used to select a linebacker Raheem Orr, and Orr did not make the team at all. So that's how Houston did. How did Tennessee do with the 4 picks they got? So the first of which was the 40th overall pick. With this, they would select tight end Ben Trope. Trope was a solid player for the Titans over 4 years, as he would record 106 receptions for 1,056 yards and 7 touchdowns before leaving the team. He was more used as a backup and a little bit of a blocker, but still, 4 years, getting over 1,000 yards in that time frame, pretty decent. Worth a second rounder? Probably not. They also got the 71st pick, which would be used to select defensive tackle Randy Starks. Starks had a strong rookie year, recording 4.5 sacks, which was actually the most among rookie defensive tackles, 28 tackles, 3 passes defended, and a forced fumble. This was despite only starting in 8 games. He also added a blocked kick in this time. He had a solid second year as well, as he would record 3 sacks and 48 tackles as a full-time starter for the Titans. He would start 8 of 16 games in 2006, and he had another solid year, registering 40 tackles, 3 sacks, and a pair of fumble recoveries. He had a bit of an off year in 2007, however, as he would only record 24 tackles without getting a single sack before he walked as a free agent. Now, the next pick they got was the 103rd pick, which was used to select defensive end Bo Scobell, and Scobell would appear in 13 games over 2 years for the team, recording 1 forced fumble, 1 sack, and 25 tackles before he was cut. The last pick that they got was the 138th pick, which they would use to select guard Jacob Bell. Now, Bell would earn the starting left guard job as a rookie, and he played well. Now, he would tear his ACL in Week 16, which slowed him down in the 2005 season. Now, he had another pair of solid years in 06 and 07, as he served as one of the better run blockers in the league in that time frame. But he would walk after his contract expired. So Tennessee got some role players here, nothing spectacular, better than Houston. How did the other 2 teams, Seattle and Jacksonville, do? We'll start by looking at the Jaguars, who got defensive end Jason Babin. This trade didn't work out for Seattle either. In just over a season, Babin appeared in a combined 4 games, recording a single tackle before being waived. And to show you how little they thought of him, when they made the move to cut Babin, they decided to keep 2 kickers on the team instead of keeping Babin. So that right there should tell you what little they thought of him. Lastly, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars, who got the 159th pick in the 2004 draft. They would use that to select offensive tackle Sean Bubbin, and he didn't even make the team out of training camp. Now, in the grand scheme of things, the Jason Babin trade is a pretty inconsequential trade, but he was one of my favorite players when he was on the Eagles just because of what his personality was and how good he was at getting sacks. I hope you guys enjoyed this trade. Have a good rest of your day.